Hello. Hi, what's up? Am I audible?
Hi, what's up?
Let me know if you can actually
Am I
hear.
audible? Hi, what's up?
Let me know if you can
Um,
actually
am I
hear.
audible? Hi, what's up?
Let me know if you can actually
Am I
hear.
audible? Hi, what's up?
Let me know if you can actually
Am I
hear.
audible? What's up?
Let me know if you can actually
Am I
hear. Okay,
audible?
great, great.
Let me know if you can
Echo.
actually hear.
Okay, great, great. Echo. Can you see if there's echo now? Why is it echoing? Okay, fine. Actually, there was some problem in the OBS. I just fixed it. Uh, I'll just wait like a couple of minutes before actually starting the thing. Yeah, I'll know how it goes. We do like weekly outlook and take questions, etc. Let me just post on my socials. Hi man, what's up? Hi Kimmy. Hi Dream Dealer. It's okay, Paul. It's totally fine. I mean, you didn't pretty much miss much. Actually, for those who just joined, I'm just waiting like a couple of minutes so that others can join, and then I'll actually start the whole protocol. Hi, Saju. Hello. Welcome to everyone who's joining. Welcome. How was your week? How was your trading week? I'm fine, man. Like for me, it was kind of harsh. I got like two break evens on I think Friday. Yes, I got like two break evens on Friday, which was really, really frustrating. But yeah, it just happens. Good day. Thanks, Paul. Thanks. Great. So basically, let me just clear it out. I'll do market review. I mean weekly outlook. Plus, I can look into the previous week data and see and actually mark out my model. That I think is really really helpful, and it's a really good way to learn in my opinion by actually doing like weekly reviews and that kind of shit. So I'll be doing that. Also, I'll be taking questions. So if you guys have any questions, do not actually hesitate to ask me. I always answer every single question, so please do. Wisdom. Yo, what's up, man? Nationality, I'm actually from Pakistan. I've recently watched your videos, the ITL formation and the distribute. Yes, man, exactly. Like, the thing with it is that it actually ensures expansions most of the time. And, like after a market structure shift, price can actually consolidate for a long time. But when intermediate term highs are formed, price just expands so fucking cleanly. Like, take a look at this. There's a low, it's taken out. Look at the expansion afterwards. And here's a low, taken out. Look at the expansion afterwards. So, uh, I really, really love this thing, like this intermediate some low high thing, and it's what actually got me consistent and funded and profitable, whatever. So it's like the best thing ever. Like this is like probably the game changing concept for me. Great call on BTC long. Yes, man. Like with BTC, it's like really simple. Like all you have to do is to just play with the trend. Indeed, in every single market, all you have to do is to just play with the trend. So look into this price action. I mean, the previous data it's just clearly bullish. So why actually be bearish in this price action here when it's just a retracement? MMXM consolidation. I will actually get into that. I'll get into SMTs as well after the weekly outlook. So, yep. Hello, first time here, but I've heard good things. So, y- thanks. Thank you, Rios. Do we need to wait for other side to be sweep just to have an entry confirmation and just one side to be sweep? I mean, what do you mean by like one side to be sweep? Like, I will actually get into it. I will answer this question in detail. But for now, which city in Park? I mean, I'm living in Islamabad right now. Originally, I'm from like KP, but yeah. Okay. I think we have enough people, so I'll begin with the outlook. I'll quickly do the outlook I want because everything's so clear. I don't think it needs pretty much any explanation, like a lot of explanation. It's really really clean. So I'll just begin with it. And for some stupid reasons, trading view with me is so slow, so fucking slow. Like I don't know why, and it's not even an internet thing. I just don't know why. How many years into trading? 2 years. Uh, Man, this I don't know why it's so slow. Okay, finally it loaded up. So basically, if you have followed my outlooks, you would have known that I was actually bullish on Euro USD because I'm a man who follows the trend. So I was looking into these things and I was like, oh yes, this is definitely bullish and price is going higher, and it did so too. Now, the next target for us is we're just gonna play with the trend once again, and I'm just gonna target this high here. But you know, every single week, it doesn't straight up go towards the highs. Like it doesn't just open up and just blast through the highs or lows. What it does is that it first comes lower to manipulate, and then after that, it starts expanding. So I'm gonna expect the same thing here as well. So for the next week, even though it's a pretty slow week, because if you look into forexfactory.com, we don't we I think we just have like a couple of red folders. So I'm not like expecting a very explosive week, but yeah, the bias is still bullish, and it's not going to be that big ranged candle, weekly candle, but still, if you look into the trend and all that stuff, what I can anticipate from it is that price is going to come lower. It's going to take out this low maybe, and then price can go higher. We can see some sort of SMT at the lows with TXY and GBP USD, and then price can just go. It now that I'm saying that price is gonna go to this high, but that doesn't mean that it has to go there next week. It can take 2 weeks as well. So it's just like my bias. It's just my drawn liquidity and where I expect the market to go. Well, it reached that lower. FVG. I mean, I think it's coming to this FVG. Now, I cannot for sure anticipate if it's gonna come down to this FVG because if you have watched my videos, you would know that I just target the first fair value gap. I don't actually wait for price to get into the second or third fair value gap. So for me, what I do is that I would wait for price to tap a fair value gap. So essentially the first fair value gap. Once that is actually hit, then I would just go into the 1 hour chart and I would look for some confirmation there. If we see like a bullish market structure shift on the H1 and then like an intermediate term low formation, then I can expect market to go higher. But if that doesn't happen, then I wait and I see if price shows reaction from this fair value gap. If it fails to hold price too, then I would see some reaction from this auto block or this fair value gap, and so on. So I'm a man who actually works with the order flow. For me, the order flow on all the time frames should align for me to get a buy. So if I'm expecting higher prices on the daily chart, I want to see the H1 chart being bullish as well, unless I won't expect higher prices. Why can't it go with that OB? I mean, to be honest, I don't have much experience with OBs and I don't know how auto blocks really work. All I know is that price actually goes to fair value gaps, and the first fair value gap actually. It doesn't have to go to the second fair value gap. Price can just go to the first fair value gap and then it can go higher from it. So I don't have experience with order blocks, I'll be honest, so I can't really say much about it. There's inversion on left, maybe it react to that and go higher. You mean this here? Maybe yes, but to be honest, I do not look into inversions as well. The reason why I stick to fair value gap is because it has a logic behind it, and I really understand it. So if I show you a fair value gap on the low time frame, it's just a simple high or low. For example, this is a fair value gap. Okay, I have marked it out. If I go into the 1 hour chart, oh my god, this is so slow. It's disgusting, man. And I actually don't know the reason to why it's so slow. Take a look at this. It is just a low. And in my opinion, how the market works is that it just takes highs and lows and then reverse from there. So that's my logic behind a fair value gap, and that's why I think fair value gaps work so well. For me, my whole model actually on every single time frame, I get my bias looking at highs and lows. I get my entries looking at highs and lows being taken out or being reversed from. So my whole trading revolves around highs and lows, and when a high or low is taken out, that's when I look for an opportunity to get in. That's how I trade basically, so that's why I stick to fair value gaps more. Does it need to be daily? Yes, it can be 4 hour fair value gap, but if you are actually priming your setup intraday or like scalping, I think the daily time frame works better. At least for me, it works best. Increase volume. Is it like slow? Is it just Jasmine, or is everyone having issues with the voice? Let me know. All right, so I was talking about time frames actually. So it can be actually 4 hour chart, but uh higher time frame is always better than lower time frame. So that's like the hierarchy. Like you have to first look into the higher time frame. A daily fair value gap is more significant than a H4 fair value gap. So yeah, can you tell more about weekly to be honest, I don't know weekly profiles because I don't use them, but I know open high low close or open high low close. They are just simply formation of candles. They're just formation up candles. So for example, if I expect higher prices, I would want the price to first come lower and maybe create the low of the week on Monday and Tuesday, and that's what's gonna happen most of the time. On Mondays and Tuesdays, 70% of the time, price is gonna create the low of the week, and then I would expect expansion in when on Wednesday and Thursday, and then a close back inside the range on Friday, and the same goes for like an open high low close. So let's say when daily returns to alpha, even maybe taps into it, we go further down to it. We'll look for another be aware. Exactly. That's exactly what I do. That's exactly what I preach about. You perfectly got my trading model, to be honest. Thank you, Kimi. Um, well, okay. DXY kind of reflects the same thing. We already took out this major low here, and we have these equal highs here. If you go into the 1 hour chart, you will see these are like equal highs, and we have like this fair value gap, and we have already like came so much down. So remember, after such expansion, we expect some sort of retracement. It always happens. There is always a retracement after expansion. So yep, I'll actually expect the market to come higher to at least this fair value gap, and then I'll go into the 1 hour chart and I'll see if price actually shows reversal from here. If it does, if it shows some bearishness on the daily chart, I mean on the DXY, then I would aim for this low and then this low as well. This is how like I work. So I get an idea, then I go to like the low time frame, and then I confirm my high time frame idea on the low time frame. So that for me is like the best way to get bias. I don't stick to a bias. I don't marry a bias. I just look for confirmation. I look for what I want to see. If I see that, I just enter and whatnot. So yeah, basically, so for measures for like DXY, Euro USD, and GBP, I expect a retracement. DXY is going lower; it has expanded a lot. I would expect it to retrace a bit, and then I would expect it to continue going lower again. And the same thing for Euro USD. I wanted to tap the daily fair value gap, and I would love to see a reaction from that. Also, if you look into something, I mean, take a look at this chart here. The model that I teach and the entry patterns that I teach, they work on all the time frames. So, for example, this is a high taken out. You can say this is the market structure shift, right? Here is a high taken out. There is the close below. This would be my entry. This is the daily chart, by the way, and you would target liquidity. So this level up liquidity, this level up liquidity, and eventually this level up liquidity. So all these things actually, I mean, the whatever I teach, they work on every single time frame. So you can go into the 1 minute chart, you are gonna see the same thing. You're gonna go to the 4 hour chart, you are gonna see the same thing. So your model is simple, like high time frame daily is for PDRA, then H1 M15 MSS after sweep. Yes, yes, kind of. Like so I would like wait for market to hit a high time frame PDRA, especially fair value gap. I work on fair value gaps more, and I do not consider auto blocks or breaker blocks or all those stuff that necessary. So for me, I wait for market to actually go into a high. So let's say if a high is taken out, then I would try to see some confirmation for price to go into the internal range liquidity. So once that happens, I go into the 1 hour chart. If I see some confirmation there, then I go into the 1 minute chart or the 5 minute chart, and I look for my entry pattern there. By the way, a video on my entry pattern is will be released, will be premiered in like 1 hour and 15 minutes. So you can check that out after the stream. So if DXY goes lower again, Euro might go up. So it's no, no, no. Actually, I'm saying that. Um, yeah, yeah, exactly. Sorry, I got it wrong. So DXY is gonna go lower, and since they are inversely related to each other, Euro is gonna go higher. I back tested your model and it's top. Yes, man, it's really top to be honest. Yes, there is logic behind it. Also, I do not like, unlike any other models that are actually popular. My model is kind of really mechanical. Like I get a bias, and then I actually look for some patterns on the lower time frame, and once I see those patterns, I just say that yeah, this is like confirmed. Now price is going lower, right? So my bias and my model, and all those things are like so mechanical, and that's what actually makes it so simple. Because if you work on logic, you will have different kind of confusions of, oh, is price going higher, or if it's going to reverse from here, or which PTR is price going to hit, where is it going to take reversal from. But with my model, it's all just so mechanical. So simple. Daily chart is bearish, you expect lower prices on the daily chart, go to the 1 hour chart, see if the 1 hour chart actually wants to go lower. If it wants to go lower, just sell it. If it doesn't, wait for price to show some bearishness after retracement or something. Once that happens, look for that confirmation again. If that confirmation is there, sell again. And if you don't see what you want to see, then probably market might reverse. I do not swing trade actually. I don't. I scalp. I use the M1, M5, M15. These are the time frames that I work on. But yeah, it's gonna be the same. So if I had to swing trade, then I would use the exact same logic. Like, instead of using the daily chart, I would go into the weekly chart, and I would look for some fair value gaps, external to internal and that kind of shit. Then I would go into the 4 hour chart, and instead of like going to the 1 hour chart as I usually do, I would just go into the 4 hour chart, and I would see my entry pattern. As soon as that entry pattern appears, I'm just gonna enter there and target the weekly highs, right? So it kind of works exactly the same. The only difference is going to be in the time frame selection. So you are going to work on the weekly and H4. If you want to enter on the daily chart, just take monthly PTRAs into consideration, especially fair value gaps, and you can trade from it. For example, let me actually show you an example. And this is, I actually traded it, to be honest, and I did post it on my Telegram as well. If you guys are not in my Telegram, please do join. I drop a lot of sauce there. So here's the monthly chart, and a high is taken out. So now what am I going to do? I'm just going to aim for a fair value gap. But before aiming for this and setting my bias towards this fair value gap, I need some confirmation, right? So I'm going to go into the daily chart, and I would want to see some confirmation. So we have a change in state of delivery, right? We have a red on a high as well. What do I want to see now? I want to see bearish structure now. I mean, a close below this candle, right? We do get that. And now watch it. Tapped. Simple. This is how simple it is. Now, when I was trading it, I didn't trade it on the daily chart. What I did was I would still scalp it like on the M1 chart, but I got my bias for like the whole month. So I traded in this whole month, and I think it was the month when I got like funded with futures account. And what I would do is that I would just wait for a retracement on the daily chart. Once that would happen, I would just go into the lower time frame and look for confirmation, that same confirmation. Once those confirmation would appear, I would just enter on the lower time frame. But I had like that bias from the monthly chart, right? And then I had confirmation from the daily chart. So my daily bias was bearish. So I was looking for shorts on the 1 minute chart as well, on the M15 chart as well. So yeah, it's kind of like really simple, and it's very mechanical. Like, you will never find such mechanical way of bias ever anywhere. Like, you can check it, you will never find it. It's so mechanical. Like, market takes out a high, go to a low time frame, look for a certain pattern. Once that appear, enter there. So high time frame is M15, M5 is narrative and context, M1 is confirmation. Yes, kind of. Like, I would actually like suggest you to check out my video on my main model that will actually uh, clear it up. Um, I think I have. I will actually link it in the description here, so you can watch it. Wait, let me actually just paste the link to that. Well, it's actually unlisted right now, so I will list it after this stream. But yeah, um, I'm taking any further questions as well. So anyone's got any questions, they can ask. Also, if you want me to check any pair, I can do that as well. Let's look into more pairs and see what's up with those pairs as well. Do you have standard? Yes, like when I enter into a trade, my minimum is like 2 hours, so I need at least 2 hour to execute. If I don't get 2 hour, I won't execute. And it really depends. Like usually till now, I would just target a fixed 2 hour, but now I kind of changed it a little, adjusting it with my funded accounts. So yeah, it's kind of different now. But I would actually recommend just 1 to 2 hour. It's I think enough. And I've been trading with 1 to 2 hour from like more than 1.5 year now. Well, if we look into indices, they are pretty clean as well, and prices clearly going towards the all-time high, and we have confirmation for the low time frame as well. I mean, look at all this reaction. Look at this big ass change in straight up delivery or whatever market structure. To be honest, I don't care what these names are, but it's just a pattern that suggests bullishness. So yeah, I think it's going to the all-time high. And looking into the oil for me is kind of, it is bearish, but I don't like how it's forming this kind of pattern, so I won't really touch it, to be honest, unless I see something clear on like the 1 hour chart. Like if let's say I'm actually bearish on it, so if I see something like this, you know the drill. I'm just gonna short it there. If I see something like this, that's when I would like get bearish and I would like target these lows because they're like pretty clean. We have these stacked up lows here. Gold is also going to the all-time high. See this? So we tapped the daily fair value gap and then we saw some reaction from that. So the first target is actually this high and then finally the all-time high. But before that, since we know how the weekly candle works, this is what I'm expecting actually. A retracement and then expansion. Does your liquidity be available to trade at any time, or do you filter trades to be in the USD? Now that depends actually. If you are like trading the M1, then I would highly suggest you to be trading the London session or the NY session. And also, if you are trading like Asian pairs, for example, JPY, then it's okay to trade Asia session as well. But just make sure you are not at the wrong times. For example, at like the daily opens and that kind of stuff. At that time, market mostly consolidates, so that's when I won't recommend trading. Apart from that, you can trade the NY session or any session you want. Uh, Also trading crypto. I mean, I'm currently not trading crypto, but uh, I sometimes do. I sometimes do trade cryptos, and the same things works there as well. SMT, yes, I will. I'm going to talk about it. Let me first get into EuroCAD and GBP CAD. Then after that, I'll talk about the SMTs for sure. EuroCAD. Well, it's in a bullish order flow. Price is consistently moving higher, and we saw a reaction from this low. I mean, this order block. So I suggest price is going higher. But well, let me just see the monthly weekly chart. Yeah, we tapped the IRL and we saw reaction from there. So I think it is bullish. I think it's bullish and it's gonna go higher. Let's see GBP CAD. Yes, man, like it's really bullish. Like price tapped this IRL and it showed reaction from there. And now I think price is going to tap this high. And then after that, we will see how the lower time frame reacts. But this is the target afterwards. Okay, so let's get into SMTs. So basically, how I use SMTs are for knowing strength, right? Let's see if I could find any examples from this chart, maybe. This is GBP CAD and this is Euro CAD. Do you skip the trade if it's not in those two sessions? It depends really. Like I look into how the market reacts. Like sometimes I enter at like 5:30 a.m. Eastern time. Sometimes I enter at like 6 a.m. to Eastern times. But yeah, the higher probable trades will be in the sessions. But I won't enter before like London session or in the Asia session if I'm trading like Euro USD or any London or like Asian pair. Sorry, US pairs. Okay, so we have Euro CAD here and we have GBP CAD here. So there is a low here and there is this low here. Okay, this is not the right example here because we recently saw a reversal in like Euro GBP. So that's not like, this is not like a good example here. We have an SMT, but yeah, let's look into previous data. Okay, here. So there is this low and GBP CAD hasn't taken out and Euro CAD has here. And then you can see like which pair is kind of trending the most. So if I see something like this, if I was here and I was looking for buys, I would look into GBP for buying rather than looking for EuroCAD, right? The same logic applies to like BTC, Ethereum, Euro USD, and GBP USD. And also the other way I use it is by is for like entries. Let me actually try it out. So for example, if this is, I'm looking for sells and I see something like this happen on one pair, price takes out a high, right? And on the other pair, we see something like this where something like this. So price fails to take out this high. This suggests that this pair is more uh what is that called? Weaker than this pair. So I would actually, if I want to sell, I would look for sells here and I would consider this high as an intermediate term high as well. Okay, this is a gem here and you can test it out and you will find out it has like significantly higher strike rate. But the thing is, it doesn't appear that much. It doesn't appear too often. So if I see something like this, I'm entering and I can trust this high as an intermediate term high. Actually, I would treat it the same as an intermediate term high, right? Same goes for like buys. Also, we can use it for knowing points of reversal. For example, if I'm expecting bearish prices on one pair and then the other pair, it actually doesn't take out the high. So we see like something like this. This also suggests that this pair is much weaker and I would rather look for sells on this pair than this one. Yeah, so this is like how I use SMTs, like these three use cases, it depends. I mean, some people use it for like just at like the reversals, but I use it in like three ways. And for me, it's not like on my checklist. So if it appears, good. If it doesn't, then I'm fine without it. Yeah. So let me know if there are any other questions. So where do you look when knowing the bias when one pair is making highs, other is making lows? So it I kind of look at SMT. So for example, as I just said that if I'm, let's say, bullish on BTC, and I see Ethereum taking out lows while BTC doesn't take out lows, right? That means that BTC is more stronger than Ethereum, and I would actually look for buys on Ethereum rather than, sorry, but I would look for buys on uh, BTC rather than looking for buys on Ethereum. So that how it goes for me. No, the one that sweeps, I won't actually enter there. I would rather enter on the other one, because the one, if I'm expecting lower prices and one pair takes out a high and the other doesn't, it means that the one that doesn't take out the high, if I'm expecting lower prices and the other pair doesn't take out the high, then I'm definitely gonna short the one that doesn't take out the high, because it is actually lacking to go higher and it suggests bearishness. It suggests that it is weaker than the other pair, right? And this can save you like a lot of money and a lot of stress. You will have scenarios where you will see your stop loss on one pair would be hit and on the other it won't be. And that's all due to uh, inter-pair correlation. But for me, like, it's not something that I actually want to see. Like, if it happens, good. If it doesn't, it's okay. I'm still gonna enter a trade. Like, it's not on my checklist. Like, if it happens, that's a great thing to great thing. But if it doesn't, it's not that I'm not gonna trade or something like that. I'm still gonna trade with my model. So basically, to sum it up, SMTs can show you reversal points. It can help you with entries as well. And it can tell you which pair is actually stronger and which pair is weaker. So it has like these three use cases. At least these are what I know. I don't know if someone else will use it in any other way. I'm actually bullish on some crypto charts as well, like uh, Solana. It has my model right here on the daily chart. Intermediate thumb low is formed here. So that's like a clean buy. I told one of my friend to buy it. Lol. Actually at the lows. And the other chart that I think is gonna go higher is Atom. Now I'm kind of trying to catch reversal with Atom, but it looks like a very clean. If I go into the monthly chart, especially, I have learned from ICT as well as MMXM Trader. So these are like my two mentors, and for like basic stuff, I watch T trades a lot in my beginner's era. Yeah, so looking into Atom, if you guys are like familiar with crypto coins, you would know that this is like a very common bullish pattern. We see like price going below lows, and then it's like an AMT cycle, to be honest. And there is a couple more pairs as well that I think are going higher, and one of them is actually with, it's a meme coin, and it is in a monthly fair value cap. Also, if you guys think that ICT concepts don't work on these pairs, it does, guys. Like, it literally does. Especially like I can't say the same for like the low caps, but pairs that has like billions of market cap, they work on ICT. So we have like a range here, and I think this thing is going higher. So if BTC go to the highs, we would see some explosions in the altcoins. BTC can go higher and high. Yes, I'm expecting BTC to go higher. Daddy, is that Andrew Tate coin? Oh my god, I hate him. I mean, I don't trust Andrew Tate, to be honest, and I don't see enough data, to be honest. But seeing price going below these lows, I think we might actually go higher, maybe at least to at least here, maybe. But yeah, I don't trust this guy, especially. He's like a scammer, so I don't trust that guy. He can just dump it on you guys. Yeah, of course, he's a scammer. Also, I don't see like a lot of data on this chart to actually predict how where it might go. But seeing the pattern here, I think it might go here maybe, and then it can just dump down or die because that guy is shit. Yep, like when BTC is gonna when BTC is gonna go higher, we are gonna see all these meme coins and altcoins go up as well. In my opinion, you guys might not agree, but every single crypto coin is a scam, including BTC. I do not believe on cryptos, and I think it's just a money laundering tool, nothing more, and it helps nothing. Yes, it does have some disadvantages, but there are a lot of disadvantages to it, and it's just a scamming tool, to be honest. People used to scam like these, so the now people actually, what scammers do is that they will launch a coin, they would actually shill it to everyone, they would pay influencers, and in a couple of months they're gonna make a big scam and then dump it and actually take away the money of people. Back in the days, I mean, when crypto wasn't there, people used to do like Ponzi stocks, right? And it would take like years to build a scam, right? Now that whole scam thing, that stock Ponzi scam thing, can be done in a couple of months. So yeah, it's just a scam, to be honest. I mean, every markets are manipulated. Like they're after your money, bro. Like even Euro USD is gonna take your money, and they're just gonna it was gonna take out your stop loss before going higher. This is exactly my model. So when I say price is gonna take out a short term low and then expand higher, that is what I mean. It's gonna take out the sell stops up everyone who is already long, and it's gonna then go higher. So manipulation is gonna happen on every market. The thing is, it's not that you can't make money from crypto. You can trade it. All these concepts, they work on it. I'm just fundamentally saying that it's a scam. Indexes, index markets, I mean, yes, I can. Like indices, I have a little different way of trading them. It's actually related to time. Uh, the pattern is literally the same, but there is some time things that I look into in while trading indices. So I think yeah, I'll make a video about it. Forex is not it. It is like watch this. So if there is a low, so if people would say, "Oh, this is an uptrend, let me buy," they're gonna have their stop losses here and here. Market is gonna take them out, then boom, go higher. If you go into the 1 hour chart, you are gonna see this as a big low. So before price moves higher, it's gonna take out this low and then go up. So manipulation is in every market. Indeed, the forex markets are have more liquidity. It's making more money than actually crypto markets. I mean, the market makers are making more money off forex markets than cryptos. Every single market, they work the same way. They have consolidations, they have expansions, they have retracements. Well, yes, I kind of agree to that. Market cap is different, and that is why on the M15 chart and on the M5 chart, it doesn't work that well. ICT concepts don't work that well, to be honest. At least I don't have a good experience with them ever. Whenever I have tried to go long short on the 1 minute chart or the 5 minute chart, I have ended up losing it. So I would agree to that. Price is manipulated more on the 1 minute, 15 minute charts on crypto than it is on the forex markets. So that's something I agree to. Yeah, sure. I will make a video about indices as well. And right now, I have one video that is going to be premiered on 9:30 my local time, which means that like in 45 minutes I'll have the entry patterns video. It has two entry patterns of how I enter with some my chart examples, and it's a short one. Yeah, I think I'm done. I don't have anything else to say. Lastly, I'll just do a quick promo of Simple Effects. So if anyone wants to trade on a broker, Simple Effects, you can check it out. You can trade stocks, forex, crypto, indices, commodities, everything on it. And there is no minimum deposit limit. You can deposit whatever you want. Also, there is a promo going on, so if you like deposit $100, you get a $40 trading bonus. Now you can't withdraw that $40, but you can trade with it, and if you trade with it and you make money off from it, you can withdraw that. And if you lose that $40, you are losing nothing from your actual $100. So it's kind of good for practicing. And the bonuses go to like $10,000. So if you invest like 10 so if you invest like $10,000, you're gonna get 5K. But I know no one investing 10K in a broker. But yeah, if you are like for practicing purposes, you can deposit like $100. Link will be given below or in my recent videos. You can check it out. And goodbye everyone. Have a great time, and I wish you good luck for your stream. No, sorry, for your trading. Yeah, goodbye.